Peace, world. Thanks for pressing play on another Bite Down Boxing video presented by the Pay Me No Mind Sports and Entertainment channel. Please hit that subscribe button. Feel free to make a comment. Hit the like button. I'm going to say something unpopular. But it's my channel, and we all got to present our different arguments here along the lines of this whole Deontay Wilder situation. And I'm going to back everything up that I say, that I put together. And I'm probably going to move on from this. After today's major announcement, I'm probably going to move on from this discussion and try to only discuss like a fight preview and a fight breakdown. I think that's where it's gotten for me, because I'm not the person to just have to say something. I try to have something to say, and boxing as it is always going to give you a situation where you have to say something, but do you really have something to say? And if I mess that all up, oh well, it is what it is. But in my opinion, I'm watching Deontay at the Spence Garcia fight sit down with, I believe it was Kate Abdo, and major announcement. We get the notifications and whatnot that today is a major announcement. And when I sit back and look at most of what was said in the press conference today, I'm sorry, this doesn't constitute a major announcement. It just doesn't. Unless he's speaking to the far Wilders or the far left, his far right, whatever it would be, his base. And that's just my opinion. But I'm just watching the latest LeBron the shop. I'm like, how can I say it? Because if I say it, I'm hating, or I'm a Tom or a sellout, or I don't understand boss stuff. It's something coming back at me like that. So like, who said what I want to say? Who has that status that it mattered? It'd be relevant. And LeBron during the show said, with everything that he's doing, it can't be pride over progress. And the light went off. Ding, 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 ding. It can't be pride over progress. And so that's the general thought right there. Getting to this stuff, to my thought, I just defended Deontay to some racist cat that made a comment on another video. And I'm defending Deontay like, you don't know how they present this information. He basically said that Deontay is just being told what to do. He doesn't know nothing. He's illiterate, blah, blah, blah. He's just being led along, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, how do you know how the information is being brought to him? Who's bringing the information to him? And how do you know how he's interacting or processing the information? Because maybe they keep this stuff, like I've seen NBA rosters on a spreadsheet, an Excel file with name and year of contract or length of contract and total money due and then annual salary or something. So you would think this is something really, managing a salary cap this is complex stuff. But then it's an executive here sitting here with it all in front of him, 15 players with the annual salaries. And it's simplified. So I'm like, maybe it's a simple way that the information is being presented to Deontay. And you just don't know. So that's what I'm defending. I'm defending the guy. And then, so that was my point. You don't know how this information is being brought to or presented to Deontay. You don't know how it's being broken down for him to process it. You don't know how he's responding to it. You don't know what his demands are, or whether he's saying go back and do this, or I need to know. We don't know. And that was my assumption, was we don't know. But then today, when I watched some of the after the post presser videos, and this was Fight Hype, but I sit here and Finkel looks into the camera and says, Deontay will fight 3 times in the next 9 months. We losing 2 months. Today is the 19th. We losing 2 months getting to the fight. So you mean that you're gonna have 2 more fights in 7 months, and they're going to either be legacy fights or they're going to be big purse fights or meaningful fights? I don't see that happening. I bet my student loans on that. I doubled down on them to get rid of them, that he does not fight 3 times in the next 9 months. And if so, I mean, it can't be meaningful fights, because to put together something with the obvious fights, the Fury rematch, or possibly a Joshua fight, there would need to be some conversation happening today. And it seems like all of those lines of communication are dead at the moment. So when I heard Shelly Finkel hit that off, and the way that he said it, the lack of conviction when he said it, was like, I don't know if you really understand the nature of the situation, the landscape of the division. I'm concerned about that. And he, like I said, he didn't even, like, if this was a major announcement, in my opinion, a multi-fight, and I heard he wants his freedom and he wants his flexibility, kind of what LeBron was doing with his deals, but there would have to be something laid out here. There would have had to have been X amount of fights for 100 million, 150 million. That was major. So again, like, pride over progress. I don't want to deal with Hearn. I don't want to make nothing. I don't want to make no deal with AJ. I don't want to do nothing with Fury because he did what he did. But again, like I said, and it didn't have to be DAZN. But you know, Showtime is happy today because they look stronger. We're gonna put on this fight that a lot of people don't even care to see. I'm not one of those people. But there's no major money put out here. There's no innovative deal out here. Nothing came with this today. I'm fighting on Showtime. And all my people can watch it because I'm for the people and all this stuff. Showtime is not free. I've been paying cable bills for, 20 years or something. Showtime is not free. So the Finkel comment, I'm tripping over that. Because I expect more from executives, lawyers, agents, dudes that's power broke. Do you watch Billions? I did the show, I did the video on Billions, like, he's a fictional character, but Bobby Axelrod is an engaging guy. He's an exceptional speaker, which I think is missing from the whole PBC lineup. I don't know who they can put out here to communicate a strong message, but I think that's lacking in who they got. But anyway, then I check out, I'm on Boxing Scene, and Deontay himself says, I'm working with the folks who got Floyd where he was. Now stuff, like I said, I'm out. I'm on my Mark Cuban, Damon John stuff. I'm about out. Bruh, you're a heavyweight. Floyd, and you said Floyd did what he did in the absence of a notable or noteworthy or renowned heavyweight. But Floyd had Oscar De La Hoya. He had a bevy of guys around him with good names, with good records, with good fan bases, doing big things. He had after the Oscar fight, or on the way to that, he's going up in weight classes, all the way up to super welterweight. And then when he comes back down, he has people coming up to him or people coming down to him. There's plenty of opportunities for him to do big stuff. You're a heavyweight. You don't have any super heavyweight division for somebody to come down from. Usyk is the only dude going, and you're not. I know he mentioned about flirting with cruiserweight, but who are you gonna fight at cruiserweight? With Usyk being over at the Zone, Gassiev, I believe, is over at the Zone now. I think that's final, and he might be moving to heavy. He's getting ready to make a decision on where he's going, but. I'm sorry, I'm sitting here like, bro, what do you mean? I got the people. I mean, I know business-wise, they help facilitate Floyd's meteoric rise and the exponential growth in the purses, but all of the details around that were there for that. What you did today, there's not a meaningful bout that can be made in the next two to three opponents. Not sitting pat with Showtime. And I'm a huge Showtime fan. Huge. I dig Steven Espinosa. But today's announcement was not major. Then the last thing that I'm getting ready to, my last point I'm going to get on off of here. Then in the same video, Deontay goes into his thing and such, and he's answering some of the questions and saying his thing. And then it's the one face, one name, one champ, blah, blah, blah. How? With the decision that you just announced, with the stuff that we're hearing in these other post-presser videos, how do you stick with that tagline that you have? Again, we listen to all of these words and everything, that the messaging and everything that we're being told, and we're picking all this stuff apart. And I'm sorry, family, but one name, one face, one champ, I would have left that, I wouldn't have included that in today's verbiage or today's message. Unless there was a 3-fight plan of some, big picture, maybe not naming names and whatnot. But if there's a 3-fight run in here and money behind it, Showtime or Fox or whoever putting $100 million to it, $125 million to it, then I can understand this. But today you just sound like, what is Donald Trump's woman's name? Kellyanne Conway or whatever. Now you just sound like a politician. And then it's still the Deontay Wilder fight is this, a Deontay, and now I'm losing interest, man, because this could be packaged better than this. I'm sorry. And I know I already saw some of the videos out there, some of the live streams earlier, and I saw some different titles and everything, and Deontay is being this boss stuff and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But I'm not so sure that the business team is as astute as what's necessary for some of the other moves that are either pending or have been made. And I'm sorry, man. I mean, can you roll Konoski out there and it be something? You fast track Joe Joyce, F.A. Jagba. I don't know where you find the right partners in the next 9 months for this to really eat and to really progress, for the progress that I thought was the goal. So that LeBron, in closing, that LeBron can't be pride over progress. And I know basketball, completely different game. I understand basketball contract, the NBA, I mean the National Basketball Association, team sport. I get all of the differences. But I'm still looking at some of the stuff and the other moves and the overall vision of what LeBron is talking about. And I still feel like today just really didn't move things forward for him as an individual. I feel like a stronger counter offer or counter proposal to the zone, and maybe, like I said, going over there and showing some uptick, major uptick in subscriptions or something. But anyway, he made this World Fame 100 list or something, which just had no correlation. The numbers and the rankings had no correlation to, and it's not just, I'm not trying to tear down Wilder, but where some of the other 5 fighters that were on the list, where they were in relation to their fan bases or what we thought we knew of their fan bases. I don't know. That list seemed a little crazy. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Hey, Wood, you can disagree with me, whatever. But like I said, I think I put some thoughts out there to at least sometimes, you don't have to have the right answers and say the right stuff and finish somebody's sentence for them, but to never question anything that anybody is doing, I just don't know if that's always the way to go. But anyway, I'm out, man. I'm out. And like I said, I'm gonna try to hold myself to it, man. Unless it's a fight or the outcome of a fight, an update on the injury or something. Oh, and I do want to say that I might cut up this interview I just did with heavyweight contender, WBO 8th ranked contender Junior Fa. I had him on the podcast a week and a half ago. I don't know if you check out the podcast, the links are sometimes on these videos. But I asked him about being in camp with Deontay Wilder. I think we spoke about Wilder for 5 to 7 minutes or something. And he had some interesting stuff about what we might not see make it into the ring. But, Deontay can do different things. They just don't always make it to the ring. So I might chop that up and put it on a video and see if people want to check out something that I thought was very interesting. So again, let me get on out of here, man. 1.